Alright guys, this is a cheeky little extra video for today. I've done 2 videos, one on Summer Wells on this channel, and then one on Jalissa and Debbie Collier on Michelle Walks. Go and check those out if you haven't seen them. But lots of people are talking about and asking the question whether Kiely Rodni has been cremated. And yes, apparently she has, according to an article released in the US Sun yesterday evening Eastern Time. Kiely Rodni has already been cremated as the family said a private goodbye to the tragic teen before her memorial this month, a source has exclusively told the US Sun. What is the world coming to? We are getting our updates on this case from the US Sun. A rag. The dirtiest rag of the bunch. This is where we're getting our updates from, because law enforcement aren't saying a thing. But according to them, the 16-year-old found in a submerged car at Prosser Reservoir almost 2 weeks after disappearing last month. The cause of death has not yet been released. So her body's been released because she's been cremated. That's not unusual for anybody wondering. An autopsy report doesn't have to be completed before a body can be released back to the family. Because what they do is they do the autopsy, they take all the relevant samples that they need to, and then they can release the body back to the family. So clearly that's what's been done. And then a preliminary autopsy report should have been given to the family fairly early on, in my experience. That's what will happen, and they'll give you preliminary results. Now, toxicology, in the press conference on the 22nd of August, the sheriff there said that the toxicology report would take 4 to 6 weeks. So it's only after the tox report has been completed that the autopsy itself is considered finalised. Right, so they will need that. But let's get my little calendar up. Oh, I've added a new event there. I didn't need to. So Kiely was found on the 21st of August. The press conference was on the 22nd of August, if I remember rightly. And the autopsy took place on the 23rd of August. So that's when all of the samples will have been taken. So if we go 4 to 6 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're into the 5th week. So the tox might already be back, but it could take up to 6 weeks, so it could be the beginning of next month. After that, the autopsy report can be finalised, written up, and it is a done deal. That's what the findings are. Why are law enforcement telling us that we're not going to hear anything until another potentially 4 or 5 weeks after that? 1st of November at the earliest. Why? Is that because the accident report takes longer? Maybe. But why would we need to wait for an accident report for law enforcement to release the cause of death? Because the cause of death is determined by the autopsy report, not the vehicle checks, not all the results of the vehicle. The cause of death can be released as soon as the autopsy report is completed. It's very weird. Manner of death, I could, okay, they want the final results from the vehicle, but that won't influence the cause of death. That will be for the manner of death that they might need the results from the vehicle. So a source close to the family told the US Sun there will be no funeral. She was cremated, hence why we held that memorial. So is this source Jagger? Because he seems to be the one that's all pally-pally with the US Sun. Yeah, the US Sun pay for stories. So is Jagger being paid for his story? Is that why the coverage of this case is being very pro-Jagger and anti-adventures with purpose? You know, despite conspiracy theories, Kiely Rodni was murdered. They feel her death was an accident. So, according to this source, the family feel that this was an accident, do they? do they? Even though they said, they swore down she wouldn't drink and drive, have they suddenly changed their minds? Is that because they've been told that by law enforcement? But if the final results of the vehicle check-in and testing and whatever are not going to be released until November, how would the family know that it was an accident? See where I'm going with this? Because although they'll have the autopsy results, the preliminary results, minus tox, so they might know the cause of death to be drowning, but that doesn't mean it was an accident. Kiely might have drowned, but her entry into Prosit Reservoir might not have been one of an accident. So how are the family assuming this was an accident? Or are all the results back, including the tox, including the vehicle checks and the accident report, and law enforcement are just holding on to it for some strange reason? That's possible. Or is this source just talking out of his arse? I'm going to say he, because this source close to the family, you know, living with the family, he's even living with them now, is informing the US Sun. I'm thinking that it was Jagger. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. My heart physically hurts every second of every day, the source said, adding that her family is desperate to get closure. So, desperate to get closure, even though they know it's an accident. So, don't they already have closure if they know it's an accident? I don't know. Very odd. So, Kiely was a bright young girl with a great future ahead of her. She was outgoing, happy, a great listener, just a wonderful human being. A rep for Kiely's family wrote, the family feels that they've already shared so much that they would like to keep some decisions private. Thus, they are respectfully choosing not to comment. Thank you for your understanding. So, this source is not the family, right? It's not a member of the family. It's someone close to the family. Jagger. So, I completely understand them not wanting to have revealed that Kiely was cremated. That is a very private thing. And having this memorial that some people are calling a celebration of life because they were, you know, all singing, all dancing, all smiles. I don't know. They seem to be calling it a memorial. But I don't know. Yep, so the mother went on to slam web sleuths for the murder theories. Social media frenzy has become such a monster that our teens are suffering. No, they're not. The teens are not suffering. She doesn't need a safe space for them to heal together without fear of something being taken out of context. She's living the high old life, partying it up. Come on. I mean, either Kiely's mother is so naive, she's just been spun a yarn. I don't know. I feel sorry for her, to be honest. Doug Bishop, a key member of the team, told the US Sun this week he does not believe Jagger was involved in her death, but still feels it is, in inverted commas, suspicious. So why did the US Sun have to be like snidey and put suspicious in inverted commas? He said he thought, in his opinion, it was suspicious. We don't need the inverted commas. Don't need them. Nevada County Sheriff's Office says they are still waiting for toxicology to come back and to wrap up their investigation before releasing the cause of death, which could take weeks. As we've already ascertained, we're already into the 5th week. We're right at the end of the 5th week. So at the very most, we should only be waiting another week. So I say again, why have they told us we've got to wait till November? I don't know. Let me know what you think about this cheeky little video in the comments below. I'll be Michelle, hope you're well, and I'll see you in the next video.